Hello student, आज भिडियो रे आमे सिखिबा differentiability of a functions and what is the relationship between differentiability and continuity. First thing, what is differentiability? What is differentiability of a functions? Definition होची differentiability रो a function fx is said to be differentiable. Fx is said to be differentiable at a point x equal to c if limit x tends to c fc plus h minus fc divided by h exists and finite. Exist and it is finite. That means if this limit exists, we say the function fx is differentiable at x equal to c, where c is a function which is present in the domain of the functions fx. If this limit exists, we say the function is differentiable. This limit exists, also we can say LSD exists or RSD exists, or in the other words we can say in the other words fx is differentiable at x equal to c if f dash c minus equal to f dash c plus, where f dash c minus is equal to limit h tends to 0 f c minus h minus fc divided by minus h, and f dash c plus equal to limit h tends to 0 f c plus h minus fc divided by h. So ame janilu what is differentiable of a functions at a point. If a function is differentiable at a certain points, then its derivative exists at that point. Mathematically we can say if LSD and RSD exist and they are equal, the function is differentiable at the point x equal to c. Okay, एबे आमे जानिबा गोटे रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन डिफरेंशिबिलिटी एंड कंटिन्यूटी. से रिलेशन होची इफ ए फंक्शन इज डिफरेंशिबल एट ए पॉइंट then it must be continuous at that point. That means differentiability is the necessary conditions for the continuous. Differentiability hoba pai continuity ta must. Without continuity a function cannot be differentiable. But the reverse may not be true. That means if a function is continuous at a certain point, this function cannot be differentiable at that point. Whereas if the function is differentiable at a point, then it is continuous at that point. So there is a theorem. This theorem says the relationship between differentiability and continuity. Theorem says if a function fx is differentiable at a point, is differentiable at a point x equal to c, then it is continuous, then it is continuous at that point. Continuous at that point. But the converse is not necessarily true. But the converse is not necessarily true. That is, differentiability, seeability implies continuity. Whereas continuity does not implies differentiability. जदि गोटे फंक्शन डिफरेंसिबल हेइथिबो गोटे पॉइंट रे ताले सेटा मोस्ट कंटीन्यूअस हो से पॉइंट रे जदि गोटे फंक्शन कंटीन्यूअस होउची आमे कहि परिबनी जे से सेटी डिफरेंसिबल होथो बोली हे भी पारे न हे भी पारे एटा होची बट जदि गोटे फंक्शन कंटीन्यूअस नुए ताले से केबे डिफरेंसिबल हबनी एटा आमे ऑब्वियसली कहि परिबा नोट not continuous, not continuity implies not differentiable. तो वर्तमान आमे गोटे फंक्शन रो एग्जांपल जबा जे कि कंटीन्यूअस होतबो किंतु से डिफरेंसिबल होबनी सर्टेन पॉइंट रे एग्जांपल हमें चेक करिबा एटी गोटे क्वेश्चन अछि सो दैट mod x is continuous at x equal to 0 continuous at x equal to 0 but it is not differentiable there but it is not differentiable at x equal to 0 एटा हमें शो करिवा कंटीन्यूअस 0 रे होउची किंतु डिफरेंसिबल 0 रे हबनी से कथा रो एगोटा एग्जांपल हमें प्रूव करिवा किंतु डिफरेंसिबल जदि 0 रे हेई थांता सेटा 0 रे भी कंटीन्यूअस हेई थांता किंतु एटा रिवर्स टा ट्रू नै कंटीन्यूअस होउची किंतु डिफरेंसिबल हबो नै 0 रे तो हमें कंटिन्यूटी केम चेक करूँ LHL इक्वल टू RHL इक्वल टू फंक्शनल वैल्यू तेणु फास्ट आम कंटिन्यूटी चेक करवा फंक्शन रो लेट fx इक्वल टू mod x जो फंक्शन गिवन अच्छी लेट दिस दैट फंक्शन इज fx आम जानिचु mod x रो दुईटा वैल्यू अच्छी दैट इज प्लस x व्हेन x इज ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू 0 एंड माइनस x व्हेन x इज लेस देन 0 सो आमे कंटिन्यूटी चेक करिबा at x equal to 0 रे सो at x equal to 0 the functional value that is f0 is 0 kaina when x equal to 0 the value of the function is x if I put 0 in place of x I get the result 0 तो एबे लिमिटिंग बाहर करिया पई LHL नबा और RHL नबा LHL तो लिमिट x tends to 0 minus fx. X tends to 0 minus means the value of the x must be less than the 0. So we can take here fx as minus x. Since x is less than 0, when the x is less than 0, value of the function is minus x, so it is 0. So this value is 0. Similarly RHL is limit x tends to 0 plus fx. This is equal to limit x tends to 0 plus एटी x is greater than 0. So we consider value of the mod x is plus x. So here the value is 0. Now see here LHL equal to RHL equal to functional value. Sare equal. So we can say fx, that is fx is mod x, is continuous at x equal to 0. But mod x is not differentiable at x equal to 0. आम ए शो करदेलु mod x is continuous at x equal to 0. But एबे आमे देखिबा mod x 0 रे differentiable नुहे. That means LSD आमे बाहर करिबा, RSD बाहर करिबा, लेफ्ट हैंड डेरिवेटिव, राइट हैंड डेरिवेटिव जदि से माने इक्वल हेले ताले डिफरेंसिबल हबो. किंतु आमे एटी देखिबा इक्वल हबो नाही, ता माने डिफरेंसिबल हबोनी. डिफरेंसिबिलिटी टेस्ट करिबा. डिफरेंसिबिलिटी let that function is the fx, that is the mod x. So LSD equal to f dash 0 minus, this is equal to limit h tends to 0 f0 minus h minus f0 divided by minus h. जेहेतु आम LSD रो फॉर्मूला पढ़ीचे f dash c minus equal to limit h tends to 0 fc minus h minus fc divided by minus h. So this value is limit h tends to 0 f of minus h minus f0 divided by minus h. So limit h tends to 0, this is minus mod h, f0 is 0 divided by minus h. That is limit h tends to 0 minus mod h is simply h, that is minus h. Now the answer is minus 1. So आमे LSD पाइलु minus 1. सेमती आमे RSD बाहर करिबा. RSD is f dash 0 plus, जाको आमे लिख परिबा लिमिट h tends to 0 f0 plus h minus f0 divided by h. That is equal to limit h tends to 0 fh minus f0 divided by h. That is limit h tends to 0 mod h minus 0 by h. This is equal to limit h tends to 0 mod h value h divided by h. So this value is 1. आमे लेफ्ट हैंड डेरिवेटिव बाहर कलु जार वैल्यू मिलिला -1, RSD बाहरिला +1. दैट मीन्स LSD इज नॉट इक्वल टू RSD. So fx equal to mod x is not differentiable at x equal to 0. At x equal to 0. तेणु आम जो थ्योरम उपरे पढ़िलु, जदि गोटे फंक्शन गोटे पॉइंट रे डिफरेंसिबल हबो ताले से एक्जाक्टली सेम पॉइंट रे कंटिन्यूअस हबो. बट द रिवर्स इज नॉट ट्रू. जोटा कि एग्जांपल आम देखिलु mod x 0 रे कंटिन्यूअस होउची, whereas mod x is not differentiable at x equal to 0. तो आम नेक्स्ट वीडियो रे एक्सरसाइज 7J रो क्वेश्चन गुड़ा करवा, जो थे कि डिफरेंसिबल ऊपर क्वेश्चन अच्छी. थैंक यू.